Okay, so everything's pretty much been said, but I just took a bit of a more personal perspective on mine, and I thought I wouldn't talk too much about exactly like what PaperPad is, but it's always good to like go over it. So, an ePortfolio. So my name is Maria Isaac, and I'm here to share with you my ePortfolio. Studying music education at the Sydney Conservatorium of Music has been a challenging gift, as Jennifer mentioned, but my passion for music and teaching has been the forefront of my educational life. I transferred from University of New South Wales, and I'm in my third year degree now at the Sydney Con. Over that time, I have understood and respected the wide areas in music, from the most specific of its manner to its diverse, universal context. So what is an ePortfolio? I think it's a process, and the process and outcome of learning is moderated by an educator and projected. And through PaperPad, you can see there's ePortfolio as an asset, as a system, and then a personal learning space. So it's, and also the perspective of the learner can be different. Like whoever's using PaperPad won't have the same kind of ideas in terms of how they're using it, but it's a personal learning space made available by the university to all students. It provides an online space for storing digital resources relating to your learning and professional development. It also provides a range of tools that support various stages in the learning process, including planning, reflecting, sharing, and presenting. What's good about it is you're in control and allows you to share your selective elements for your work with others, including students, tutors, mentors, and potential employees. So yeah, it's a bit loud, thank you. It can be used to collate resources, and the main thing here is it is used for lifelong and life-wide learning. That's what I found, just trying to understand what it is and what it's used for. So, going to my PaperPad. So there's a thing called assets, and assets you have to upload, and these are just every little bit of information that you have, and they contribute to a bigger page that you can make, and you can show them in different formats. So some of them are shown here, but you can just go to add new, and I'll be doing this soon. I was hoping to actually like do one now and take a picture of you guys and like upload it as my new like post, because that would help, because I'm doing a presentation anyway, so I might do that later if it works, but probably need some email stuff. So you can upload them as an experience, a reflection, and this one's pretty cool. What, so what, now what? And you really have to reflect on why you're uploading the things as well, so you're not just packing it up and not organising them. So I just have a lot of stuff here, and I just found out on the left-hand side you can sort of filter them a bit more. And the dots, these little dots here tell you sort of what's happening, these ones. So that one is like if you've shared it or not, and if you have a comment on it, and also if you have tagged it, you can put it on different tags. So I saw this sort of like Facebook, because you literally upload stuff, post them, and then you tag it, and then you have to organise it and present it, but it's more professional, of course, so that's why it's a bit better for the workplace. Okay, so I'll show you this soon, and this is my web portfolio. Yep, and just a couple of things here. I love playing in my church, so a lot of mass listening things, and I went to St. Peter's Catholic Church for Christmas and played there. So what you do is, I don't know how to get the pictures on the same page here, like they're in a link on the side. So I think it would be nice to have them like right in front or something, like Belinda's one when it came up. I like that one. So and they're just linked here, so before playing, and they come up separately. And you can press this little arrow thing, and it makes it like, it makes it almost look like a Mac page, which is pretty cool. I'll just close that one. And I have some other things, but I definitely have my uni stuff posted up, but not as in-depth. I mean, I could go through every single subject and write what we do and everything, but we'll just load it up, and I can do that later, I think, without forgetting them, hopefully. But yeah, I've just got some other things incorporated as well. So just playing at a Turkish ensemble. I helped one of my friends by playing there, and it was really lovely to see all the different instruments used. Just simple things like quality. You don't have too much in work because study and music is completely different to any other occupation, I believe. So some of the ePortfolio tasks and my education there. And under this one, Sydney Conservatorium, I just summarised all of them. So not yet reflected on each of those. Beginning with violin masterclasses and some music history and theory, education, Kodali, off, and then using video and audios in the classroom. And I did a presentation with a looping station, the RC300, and I played like drums, violin, guitar and stuff as like all together to present. We learned about popular music and all that here. And I'm not sure if you know how to use it, so I'm hoping to go through that a bit as well. So I think that's yeah, there's not much. Okay. I definitely need to update it as well. So how to actually prepare it. First, just on the left-hand side, I'll just read them through. Begin by brainstorming your academic and personal goals and achievements. Collate your evidence and organise them under suitable headings and skills, because that's the options they give under assets. Type them up into PaperPad and tag them, and relate them again to the same headings. Make digital copies, so take photos of your awards or statues or anything, and any other like newspapers or anything, and put them up there. It says you can link your website as well, which is pretty good. Just to show people like all the organisations you're working with. So reflect on them and evaluate your learning by answering questions in the templates. The older PaperPad had very good questions as well. These ones do as well, but yeah, they could be more, but you don't want to spend too much time on it as well. It just needs to be like a brief presentation of your work. So this was my live entry. I don't know if I have time, but I could take a photo of you guys and upload it and go through it, but I'll just quickly show you how to do one. So you go into add new, and for example experience. It can be meeting. I'll do experience for me. And you enter the title for your experience, and there's a tagging thing here at the bottom. So, for example, student ePortfolio. And then about the experience, presented and talked about using ePortfolio or PaperPad and its benefits, which I will soon do. Yeah. And when did the experience take place? You just put the dates in, and here you need to put your evidence in. I'll mention later, even in my primary prac that I did, I had a lot of fun doing it and everything, and I learned a lot about teaching and high school teaching, but I forgot to take any videos, so it's not good to like do this in the classroom and take videos, so kids will get distracted. So I think you need to have like a professional camera or something at the back, like what James Humberstone does. So I completely forgot, and that would have been nice. And overall reflection, and that's it. And you just tag it at the bottom here. And you can make new tags just by writing them in. So ePortfolio, I might have one, and you can add another one. Experience, and it just puts them all together. And whenever you want anything to do with one of them or both, you can just click on them and add them in. And after you tag them, upload them into your webfolio or make a CV out of it, and then you have them all there. So the next thing is the benefits. PaperPad is used by so many universities. There is a good chance that new professionals will be familiar with it. So I think creating an ePortfolio is essential for those who are learning, teaching and part of an organisation. It helps you learn about learning, develop and feel more part of the community. Managing an ePortfolio is certainly quicker and easier than paper-based. It creates an excellent documentary. This is my web portfolio, just taking a snapshot. A summary, and sometimes things that you might forget that you've achieved, and they just cross your mind, like when you want to put them up here. What's good about this is it reminds you of all the things that you've done, and also they can be linked across with one another, which is really nice. It displays your passion, personality, and future ambitions, like an evolving resume. I like it. So what I learned is an understanding of who I would like to be, who I would like to become, and what I'm trying to achieve in my life, as everyone else would be. And that's what I gained from this experience. So it's a very good way of evaluating and reflecting on what you're doing, and also based on the skills and qualities, just to think about other possibilities and other jobs that might come up after you show someone your resume, which is really nice. So they would hopefully look at your skills and think, okay, if you're recording music or doing wedding gigs or something, you have other skills of arranging music, so that would be another possibility there. So it doesn't always have to contain assignments. It can be a record of any other experience, as you've seen. You don't lose it, and you don't have to carry on heavy papers. And here is the PaperPad's 8 very important things that I've probably already mentioned, but that's what technical terms are all there. So I value PebblePad as having potential for future employment. It encouraged me to reflect upon my practice and learning. I can use it easily and quickly and upload things as evidence, photos, videos, anything. And it helped me to summarise what I had learned from my practical experience and reflect on what I could do better to achieve my goals for secondary school. So they are the benefits. And of course all the networking that you do with organisations and tutors and everything else, so that's good. Future possibilities. I looked at this page and I was like, yes, that sounds good. It needs to have like a mobile thing, but the mobile version I think I tried using, but it just looks weird because it's so small and you expect it to look nice and big. That's what I felt. So I didn't use that one, the mobile one, but it's very good that they're doing this. Of course, you need to use it on the go, and I think one thing they're doing is letting you upload straight from your mobile. So if you take a photo or video, you just upload it from there to PebblePad. So yeah. So it focuses on the process and the product. And I just wrote down here that the people at PebblePad have painted their own future. So they've thought about something and they're doing it and they're continuing to do it, which is really good. I think they're pushing for more institutions and global social space. Some more APIs, so just other apps that can use PebblePad or things in PebblePad, I think. I'm not too sure about. So overall, it's essential in showcasing a database of someone's lifelong learning in the 21st century, and it's the responsibility of all learners. I love how simple it is, how easy it is to use and refine learning, and how much my ePortfolio has developed over the time. And that's all I have.
An ePortfolio is an easily accessible online area where you can store all the things that are important to your CPD and career development. ePortfolios are password protected, so you can control who is able to see which parts of your work and for how long. In your ePortfolio, you can keep all your Word documents, and when you want to share the information with others, all you need to do is send a link to your portfolio. The other people looking at your work can add comments and you can get feedback. Keep your appraisal and CV on your ePortfolio with links to evidence, websites and other documents. You can easily share them with your mentor and employers. Store audio files and other file formats in your ePortfolio and comment on them. Write a blog. Even if you don't share it with anyone, the process of writing a blog can be very useful in reflecting on ideas and organising your thoughts. Sandra loves her ePortfolio. She writes her blog most days and is currently using her ePortfolio to work with her Gladstone University College to write her funding bid. Sandra has the space to work on her personal development and CPD. And now that Sandra's development and evidence is neatly and professionally displayed in her ePortfolio, it is easy to see her achievements and goals.
We probably have evaluated our learning, but maybe not directly using PebblePad. They just mentioned that we're going to be sharing with peers our PebblePad, so that's going to help in understanding the depth of how much we should include and the quality of what you include as well. I've seen some online websites where the videos aren't very clear, but it looks all amazing, and someone's reading like this, which is what I was half doing now, but it didn't look very good. I wouldn't upload that, something like that. So I haven't uploaded as much yet. So I think I hope it answers a bit of your question, but we've probably talked about it a bit, but not as much. I do it generally myself. Whatever workforce you're applying for, of course, target it for that. So I would make a new workbook or something, another one of the files, and target it for that. So that's why I mentioned just upload as much as you can, because then you might forget it, and then you won't know, you won't know what you're possibly good at or what you want to do. So that's good.
Sorry. Just certainly in terms of self-evaluation, when updating the webfolio, I know personally I reevaluated lots of things that I've said when I was updating it in the past week and a half. And that was, it's always a tricky process to reflect on your own learning and perspectives, but that was something that I have done in the last week whilst updating my portfolio. So it's useful in that sense.
Mm-hmm. We do have our tutors that comment on the side, which is very nice, just in terms of how much we should include and any things that stand out that you shouldn't include in an ePortfolio when we first did it. I think you get a bit of a hang of it, and it changed to the new format as well, so it's a bit more clearer, and we do get some feedback but it's a learning process. The more you use it, the more you understand what to put in. I learned it for the purpose of the assessment, so when we had the assessment, you do an ePortfolio, and we are using PebblePad, so we technically go through some of that. If we need help, ask for any help, and it looked pretty simple, the first one, the other one as well, so you just have to get used to the structure of it.
But Maria learnt it really quickly. Maria's technology skills are actually very good, and she did it really quickly. Some of the students, they're offered help either from me or from John. John's been was available to help these. Like normal uni students, they were doing it the night before it was due, so they probably didn't want to ring John at midnight. But I certainly, we offer them the chance to work one-on-one if they're not sure, and some of them take up that option. Ben and I did lots of email by distance with his, and then other people like Maria just went to it like a duck to water and had no problems at all. So very much individual students did that in different ways.
As we explored it, and certainly in this last week, because we did have very minimal initial training when we first had to use it, just sort of here's how it works. But since then, and particularly in the last week when we wanted to present today and we just encountered the new system, as we explored and attempted to do things, and I discovered this aspect, Belinda might have discovered completely different aspects, we've been in communication, essentially teaching each other when we've discovered different ways of using PebblePad, and how do I do this? Oh, it's this way. Can you help me do this? So a lot of peer interaction is very good for learning something like this.
And certainly that's something that's unique to education through technology. And I, see it in my students as, a clarinet and sax teacher. When they don't know how to do something, they Google it and look up a YouTube video, and then they learn how to play that note and what the fingering is for it and everything. And I find it the same with the way that I have learned how to use Purple Pad. So I go to the help section, or I Google it, or I just kind of try and fail until I get it. For me, it's very exploratory learning through how to use the system. We have a web community, so we just have a group on Facebook where whenever we have questions about anything, we post it to our year group, and then whoever knows what they're doing responds in kind. So yeah, that's something really great about having those web communities and communicating through social media.
Thank you very much.